Just 2 nights ago, the Gulls won in walk-off fashion, defeating Mystic 7-6 for their first home win of the season, and they look to carry that momentum into tonight as another home game awaits against Martha's Vineyard. Welcome into beautiful Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm Sam Reese. We have a whole lot of interviews coming up on the Newport Gulls pregame show here on the Newport Gulls Broadcast Network, as it's another Coastal Division showdown as the Newport Gulls welcome in the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. First pitch coming up later at 6:30 over on ESPN+, but stay tuned because we've got the Gulls pregame show coming up next.
I won!
That's a good play!
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.
Welcome back to beautiful Cardines Field. This is the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Riley. Alongside me here is Ty Stark. Ty, a phenomenal performance. 2 solid innings. Still a perfect ERA after that performance on Monday.
Thank you.
So I got to ask, you've come in twice now and had 2 just outstanding performances. How do you mentally prepare to come in a situation like the one you found yourself in Monday against Mystic and just shut down batters?
You just really got to try to stay calm, don't let the moment get too big. You got a lot of fans out here, a lot of people getting loud, so just really stay calm and trust your stuff. That's what I try to do before games.
So it looked like a really precarious situation there in the 8th. After the 2 errors, we were able to limit it to 1 run of damage. What did you do to mentally kind of reset after those 2 plays?
You just got to keep making pitches. You can't let things like that get to your head. You just got to keep pitching and know that eventually something will work out.
We mentioned it a lot on the broadcast, but I'm going to ask you about it now. You've mentioned that your favorite player growing up was Chris Sale. Your delivery looks almost identical to his. Was that kind of an inspiration for you growing up, developing your pitches?
Yeah, so I always got told by my uncle as a kid that I looked like Chris Sale and I threw like him, so I kind of took a liking to him, yeah.
And how do you think that 3/4 sidearm-ish delivery helps you when you're on the mound?
I think it makes it really hard for batters to pick up on the pitches, see the spin, just from what I've heard from hitters. So I think it just makes it really, really hard for them to pick up what they're about to try to hit.
All right, thanks, Ty. Thank all of you. We'll be right back on the Gulls pregame show as it rolls on.
And welcome back into the Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese, now joined by Luke Orban of St. John's. Now, for those that don't know, Luke, just a week and a half ago, you were playing in the NCAA tournament for St. John's. You then arrived to Newport a few days ago, make your first start at Cardines on Monday. And what do? You hit a home run. Can you just take me through what this last week and a half has been, from finishing up your collegiate season to coming here to Newport and shining on Monday night?
The college season was really good for us. We had a way better year than we had the last 2 years, really what our coaches expected of us. We made it pretty far, just came up short in the regional. So a great group of guys, great team this year. Happy to see what we could do next year. Coming here has been awesome. It's been a great time so far. The host family's great. Guys are great on the team. First home game was awesome. The fans are really into it. It was definitely a great experience, and hitting the home run the first game was pretty awesome too. Yeah, to see everybody's reaction in the stands and all the kids asking for autographs after it. It was pretty cool. It was awesome.
Right. Did you get any downtime, just a few days at home or anything like that?
Yeah. I spent a couple days at home, just kind of hung out. I packed my stuff up. Hung out with some of my friends and family before I left. and then tried to get up here as soon as possible once my dad was able to bring me. And then now had some downtime here yesterday. I was playing pickleball and basketball all day with my my buddy Harrison Plum, who's actually the bat boy today. So that was awesome time too. Yeah.
There we go. And now here in Newport, just getting to know your teammates quickly and having that effective performance on Monday night, do you feel like that was kind of a carryover from the great spring season you had with St. John's here to Newport?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely felt more comfortable in the box closer to the end of the season, which definitely carried over into the first game of summer ball here. So I hope to keep that rolling, and hopefully the boys stay hot.
Yeah, that's the goal tonight for the Gulls. Thanks so much for the time. Luke, that's Luke Orban. You'll see him throughout the summer here at Cardines. The Gulls pregame show rolls on after a quick break. Stick around. Welcome back into the Gulls pregame show here on the Newport Gulls Broadcast Network. I'm Sam Reese, now joined by Jake Burley, a third-year Gull here in Newport. And Jake, I first got to ask about Monday night, where you had a couple of hits really effective at the plate, and you really started that rally in the ninth with that double. Take me through that.
Yeah, you know, I was telling some of the guys before I got out there, like if the leadoff hitter gets on in the bottom of the ninth, like you usually end up scoring. So I just wanted to go up there, find a way to get on, you know, get a good pitch to swing at. So yeah, it was awesome. You know, it was a great way to end the night.
Right, and how good did it feel, you know, being your first start with Newport this summer since getting here at the end of last week? How good did it feel as well, just being back behind the plate as the catcher and then stepping up to the plate and being an effective hitter as well?
You know, it was just great to get back out here and play at Cardines. You know, I was telling Chuck before the game, like, we're gonna go get a win. You know, we got Mar on the mound, so it was just it was good to get out here, get out in front of the fans, and get a W.
You mentioned Adam, who's been incredible so far this season. You know him as Newport teammates last year, but of course a large majority of the roster, as is usually the case in summer ball, new faces. So how has it been getting to know the new guys and for you as that veteran presence as everyone kind of settles in?
You know, these guys do a really good job to make sure they get guys, you know, that are high character guys. Yep. So the team usually meshes incredibly well right away. You know, every Gulls team, every really baseball team I've ever been on, honestly, the guys get along so well. So that's been a piece of cake so far. Everyone's coming together well.
All right, thanks so much for the time, Jake. That's Jake Burley. We have more coming your way next on the Gulls pregame show, so don't go anywhere. Awesome. Thanks for the time.
Riley Daniel back here on the Gulls pregame show, joined by Gulls pitching coach Kevin Long. Kevin, we've seen some really phenomenal starting performances. Can you talk a little bit about Adam Marr's performance on Monday night?
Adam Marr is a three-dimensional pitcher, big heart out there, very competitive, throws that changeup really well, and he gets the boys in the dugout real quick, and that's why they play hard for him.
We've seen really a dominance from the starting pitchers on a strikeout kind of oriented approach. Is that something that you guys emphasize in the bullpen, in the dugout, going into games?
Not really. You know, for the most part, except for Adam, the other guys have only pitched one time. You know, and Adam pitched 6 innings last time out through 99 pitches. The other starting pitchers, though, 4 or 5 innings, tried to keep their pitch count down. You know, they were fortunate enough to get those strikeouts, but they're just trying to get, you know, outs as quick as they can.
All right, let's talk about going through the rotation a second time. Cade Shotwell on the mound tonight. What can we expect from Cade building off that performance in the home opener against Vermont?
I expect Shotwell to throw a lot of strikes, keep the ball low, hopefully get more outs on less pitches. You know, he had to really struggle. He had a very stressful first inning in the last game, and I think because of that, that caused him only to pitch 4 innings. But he's a real competitor. You know, he throws 3 great pitches, and we expect a lot from him tonight.
What's kind of the mentality in the bullpen right now? Because obviously a couple tough performances in the last couple games in the late innings. What's the mentality trying to kind of respond and bounce back?
Well, all we're trying to do with guys out of the bullpen is to go in there and get outs and get them quickly. We've had a struggle, but for the most part, the guys were getting behind in the counts. And when you get behind in the count late in the game, it's advantageous for the hitters, especially on the road, you know, and then the momentum shifts. It goes into the dugout and into the stands, and, you know, that's what we can't do. So all we need to do is pound the zone, keep the ball low. We'll get a lot of quick outs.
That seems like a recipe for success. Before I let you go, got to ask you about Ty Stark's amazing start to the season. What have you thought of his first 2 outings?
His first 2 outings were very dominant. You know, he pitches from the side, and I listened to your interview, and he does pitch like that guy a lot. Okay, and it's interesting. I saw him pitch in the Cape when he was a freshman, and Ty has a lot of similarity to him, a lot, because I've seen them both pitch.
Well, if Kevin Long's saying there's similarity, there must be some truth to that. We're going to take a short break. The Gulls pregame show rolls on after this.
I won!
That's a good play.
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.
All right, that just about does it here for the Gulls pregame show here on the Newport Gulls Broadcast Network as the Newport Gulls get set to take on the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Newport with an opportunity to get back to 500 in game number 6 of the season. This Coastal Division matchup can be seen exclusively on ESPN+. First pitch coming up at 6:35. We hope to see you there. I'm Sam Reese saying thanks so much for watching the Newport Gulls pregame show.